I would say the most common issues in the marching arts from an audio perspective are bad cable connections, whether that's a connector is not in and twisted, or we're mismatching the channels we're plugging in wrong, or a power cable that's plugged in but pulled out just a little bit and not, making full contact. If it's a rehearsal situation, I'll just start at one end of the signal chain and work my way back. So if I've got a mic that's not working and it goes through a cable to a Cat5 box to a digital stage box to the mixer, there's a whole chain of things that could go wrong. So I'll just start at the mic and I'll switch it out with a mic that I know works, and it still doesn't work. So okay, that mic's fine, and then swap out that cable. Okay, it still doesn't work, and not that cable, and then just go down the line. If you're in like a show situation, I have that in the back of my head, but I do what I can change quickly first. So if I have an extra mic, and it's not working, hey, just switch this mic out real quick. Or, instead of testing all the different cables, hey, just replace the cable. It's more about getting it working than figuring out exactly what's wrong. Having a backup plan for those mission critical things to where you're not troubleshooting, you're just going to plan B right away.
What do you do when things go wrong? I absolutely think if you understand signal flow, that can be your guiding light. When my synthesizer player pushes a button on my MIDI controller, it talks to the computer and then goes to the audio interface and then goes out to a snake and then goes to the soundboard and then out the speakers and then to the audience. Well, that's a complete chain. When there's an issue with that, I would start at the problem and then work my way to the board, hitting every single variable, every connection point, anything that could be a point of failure. And then eventually the problem will reveal itself. You'll eventually find the issue, and then you can rectify it and get back to teaching band.
I think organizing is a great way to shore up a lot of mistakes that happen in your audio systems. I go out to a school and I want to quickly digest what's going on. And if things aren't labeled on the mixer side, on the cable side, in the carts, organized, cleaned up, I can't get started. I have to stop and make sure I know that what's plugged in here is making its way over here. And I'm very meticulous about the tape I use or the bands I use to make sure that everything is as intended from the source to the mixer. If you want to fix a lot of your problem, even if you don't know about audio, you don't know how to EQ and compress and all that, the first thing you can do is organize your system.
I'd say some of the more common issues are just, cables going bad. That's usually a lot of times where we might troubleshoot and do all the other things, and then we replace the cable and it fixes it immediately. Yesterday, we had an issue where our Sena marimba, his field drum that's attached to his marimba, the mic wasn't working. We started with the mic, we swapped the mic with another mic, and it still wasn't working. And then kind of traced it back. We replaced the cable, you get back to the cat snake, swap the cat snake, still same issue. We then go to the Ethercon cable, replace that, same issue. And then it actually came down to our Ethercon drop snakes that come out of our synth cart. The lock on the Ethercon panel mount was broken, and so the Ethercon cable was not able to fully seat, and then that was the issue. And so this morning, we kind of tore into the box and swapped out the Ethercon panel mount to make sure that that would be working for tonight's performance. Doesn't matter which way you go, start from the source, or go back to the mixer, start the mixer, go to the source, just to be able to see what the issue might be. It all came down to a bad panel mount.
We have two 215s and a single sub on the outside, and one of them got rained on, and I was like, just turn the other one off. I don't think we need the subs out there anyway. So they look good, I guess.